mi nombre es María Villagómez y mi conexión en la Inmaculada es ser voluntaria, ayudar en lo que pueda, en lo que me necesiten.
Muy bien. ¿Y qué es el propósito de tu vida?
El propósito de mi vida es pues ser una mejor persona.
Tía, ¿quién es Dios para ti?
Pues para mí Dios es el más grande del mundo, es la misericordioso porque gracias a Él estoy aquí.
Muy bien. Y Dios muchas veces nos da talentos. A veces están escondidos los talentos y muchas veces no. Muchas veces es obvio que es nuestro talento que Dios nos dio. ¿Cómo estás usando tus talentos?
Yo estoy usando mis talentos, pienso que estoy haciendo obras buenas para ser una mejor persona cada día.
¿Y cómo lo haces para distinguir de las obras buenas y las obras malas? Muchas veces usamos nuestros talentos, pero ¿cómo escoges a tus proyectos?
A mis proyectos, pues yo escojo mis proyectos que de tratar de hacer las cosas bien, que me salgan mejor y salir adelante y siendo feliz, que es lo mejor, ser uno feliz en esta vida, porque pues usar nuestros proyectos pensando también en nosotros, hacer obras buenas y ser felices.
¿Y dirías que la oración es importante en tomar esas decisiones?
Claro que sí, la oración es muy importante. La oración es muy, muy importante.
Muchas gracias, tía. We're at the 25th anniversary of Immaculate Conception School at Dream Palace. I have one of the alumni here. He's going to answer a question for us. What is the purpose in your life?
My purpose in my life is to see what I can do, or maybe what my curiosity gets me to.
How did going to Immaculate help you find more purpose or less? How did it guide you towards what your purpose in life is?
Immaculate, I'm gonna say maybe not. That made me find my purpose, but I'll say yeah, it did.
Who is God in your life?
God is my spiritual leader in my eyes, or in my heart. He guides me, and I think he tells me that some of my choices have consequences.
Right on. God also gives us great talents. How are you using the talents that God gave you?
Well, mostly I'm going to use my talents for good, not evil. Well, evil does has consequences, and I want to be a good person at all.
Yeah, between all of us, there's the line between good and evil runs through us all, especially in the Catholic Church, and we kind of have to push off the evil. You'll feel it. It'll try to go into your wounds. It'll try to go into your nose, into your ear. It'll go into you, and you're always kind of have to keep it at bay. I went to Catholic school. That's one thing that I kind of learned, to keep that evil at bay and to use your talents for good. You put your talents to use. How do you choose which projects you're going to commit to? Which projects you say, hey, this is a good project. This is not an evil project. If I'm going to go all in and participate in this, when you choose to aim your talents?
Mostly I choose to help the community, or help some people that are in need, or maybe donate something for children.
Yeah. It sounds like you kind of go towards the pain wherever you see it, and maybe you become a light there, and then whatever your talents are, even small talents, God gave them to all of us.
This is Anthony Serrano, and I am the graduate of 2017.
All right, so my name is Mark Padilla, and I am a graduate of 2017.
Mark, who is God in your life?
God in my life is pretty much my spiritual guidance. He's, that good friend that never really leaves you, regardless of whether you have talked to him, pray to him as often as you have, or if you haven't, you could always come back to him. He's always someone you could count on. It's kind of that one person that, just really, I like to kind of quote every now and then and try to keep myself on task on things that I'm doing.
Right on. Would you agree he's like a spiritual father for all of us?
Pretty much, yeah. I would agree with that.
What is your purpose in life?
You see, that's a pretty difficult question, because there's so many things that you could do, especially with the talents that God gave us. I think for me, anything that could just better help my community, because I always had that sort of passion, for helping, even little kids, because there's always that thing that it's like there's something special about a little kid looking up to you as a role model. And especially you got to look out for the next generation. Sometimes the other generations are too far to look out from that. They don't identify with each other anymore. Yeah. So it's up to us. Like, I'm a millennial. Mm-hmm. I think you're a Gen Z. Yeah. And then after you is Gen Alpha. We kind of got to build a bridge. And I think that's not happening. It hasn't been happening for the last 30 years or whatever. So now we kind of got to put it back together. The internet's going to help us, talking like this and having open conversations is what I think. You're right. God gives us all talents, by the way. How do you put your God-given talents to use? Well, for the most part, I like to just be an overall good help to people. There's a certain sense of satisfaction that I get every time I feel useful and I feel like I'm helping out the community. Okay,
when you wake up, what motivates you?
My family. Believe it or not, I take into account what my family needs of me, and so I try to be as useful as possible. And so just trying to live up to their standards is one of the main things that motivates me.
Balance. How do you choose which project to do and which one not to do?
I like to think mostly about how it's going to end, what the impact is going to be, how much of an impact it's going to have. for example, I would help out at Immaculate even after I graduated every now and then. That could be as a coach, as a teacher, just trying to have that impact, even if it's so small, because it ends up building up.
Even making yourself available to help out at the 25th anniversary.
Yeah, that as well.
So, hello, my name is Ulysses Zavala. I'm class of 2020 here at Immaculate Conception School.
Ulysses, what is the purpose in your life?
So, my purpose in life, I actually found out recently. So, when I was in Immaculate, I kind of, looking back, I kind of realized I was kind of a bully to people. I was really mean, but, during COVID, it was a time for me to reflect on that. And now I found my purpose in life, which is to make people feel loved. I want to help people feel included. And, yeah.
Right on. Who is God in your life?
God is my guidance. I pray to him every night and every morning. He motivates me to do well in school right now and reach for my goals.
God gives us all talents. Sometimes we haven't discovered them. A lot of times they're obvious to us. How are you using your God-given talents?
So right now I'm going to be a senior in high school, but I'm planning on studying mechanical engineering in school, and I want to use these talents to work on cars and design them.
Where you're using talents, your talent, you're going to come across a wide variety of projects. How do you pick and choose which projects to leave behind and which projects to commit to?
What I've always dreamed of doing is working for a big car company, especially for internal combustion engines, which is starting to become, overtaken by electrical vehicles. And so, I really want to commit to trying to bring a more environmentally friendly way of internal combustion engines.
Yeah, you don't want to go to the extreme. You're providing. You want to grow up and provide a bridge between the combustion and the EV, because the way things are going, they want to replace everything with EVs, and that seems kind of extreme. So you can you're using your talents to bring us back from the brink of an extreme situation where there's only EVs on the road in 2030 or whatever it is, and you want to we need a bridge. It's obvious. I think you're on the right track.
Thank you.
Mi nombre es Ernesto Muñoz. Mi conexión con la escuela, somos padres de 2 exalumnos graduados en Inmaculada Concepción del año del
2010 y 2016.
2010.
2010 y 2016. Ok, muy bien. Muchas gracias por estar aquí. ¿Cuál es el propósito de tu vida?
El propósito de mi vida es saber inculcarle a mis hijas un mejor futuro y un porvenir en sus vidas.
¿Qué te parece el propósito de la vida de tu esposo?
Muy bien, porque me han salido muy buenas hijas y yo creo que lo que le inculcaron en la Inmaculada Concepción, estamos muy agradecidos con las madres de corazón, porque pues hasta ahora han sido muy buenas muchachas.
Muy bien. ¿Y quién es Dios en tu vida?
Dios ha sido uno de los propósitos más importantes, porque sé que teniendo a Dios dentro de nuestras vidas, todo se puede.
¿Y Dios para ti quién es?
Para mí Dios lo es todo.
Dios nos ama tanto, nos da muchos talentos, algunos que todavía no hemos descubierto. ¿Qué haces con tus talentos?
Trato de mis talentos, trato de combinarlos en mi vida diaria. Mi talento es parte de mi trabajo, es lo que yo aprendí con mis manos.
Muy bien, y cuando estás escogiendo proyectos para cometer tus talentos en esos proyectos, ¿cómo sabes que estás escogiendo un proyecto que va a mejorar a tu familia y cómo sabes distinguir de un proyecto que no lo va a hacer?
Mi proyecto dentro de mi vida diaria es tratar de ser mejor en todo momento con Dios adelante de mí.
¿Podrías decir que la oración es una parte de una gran parte de escoger lo que está enfrente de ti para escoger cuando viene a los proyectos que vas a hacer?
Sí, la oración es muy importante.
Y es también importante, si está diciendo la verdad tu esposo, es importante la oración.
Claro que sí, porque si uno ora y pide y tienes a Dios en tu corazón, todo te sale bien.
Muy bueno, muchas gracias.
Buenas tardes, soy la hermana Ilse Gabriela Aguilar Castillo y actualmente soy la directora de la Escuela Inmaculada Concepción. Este es mi segundo año como directora.
Ok, ¿y quién es Dios para ti?
Dios para mí es el motor de mi vida, es quien me mueve, es quien me hace pensar, quien me hace caminar y quien le da sentido a mis días.
¿Y qué es el propósito de tu vida?
El propósito de mi vida, yo podría decir que es servir, ser un instrumento para las personas que están cerca de mí para que puedan llegar a Dios.
Dios nos da talentos, a veces no los hemos descubierto, pero muchas veces sí sabemos los talentos que nos dio Dios. ¿Cómo usas los talentos que te ha dado?
Pienso que al servicio de los hermanos pongo mis talentos día con día, ya sea el servicio, ya sea con algún canto, enseñando a los niños a cantar o a tocar la guitarra, que es uno de los dones que Dios siento que me ha dado. El don de la amabilidad, de una sonrisa. Creo que eso le ha cambiado la vida a muchos de los niños, o al menos el día de algún niño.
Muchas veces con estos talentos escogemos proyectos. ¿Cómo sabes que estás cometida a un proyecto que va a dar bien al mundo?
La oración, sin duda. Los momentos de oración son los que, en donde he descubierto la voluntad de Dios, el pedir la luz del Espíritu Santo durante el día y pedirle que sea Él quien me mueva, que sea el Espíritu Santo quien me ilumine para que estos proyectos se lleven a cabo como Dios quiere.
Muchas gracias, sister.
Estos 25 años. Que esta celebración represente para todos una oportunidad en la renovación de ideales, en el espíritu que les anima, en su identidad guadalupana plancartina. Les invito a continuar con valor y confianza formando una gran comunidad, viviendo en sinodalidad como nos invita el Santo Padre, para que en comunión, participación y misión todos desarrollen los dones que el Señor les ha dado, sean testigos de Cristo y constructores de un mundo más justo, más humano, más cristiano.
Blessed be God, Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, who has blessed us, the person of Christ, with all kinds of spiritual and heavenly goods in these 25 years. May this celebration represent for everyone an opportunity to renew and the idols in the spirit that animates them in their Guadalupana Blancatina identity. I invite you to continue with courage and confidence, confirming a great community, living synodality, and the Holy Father invites us to a daily communion, participation and mission all develop the gift that the Lord has given them. Be witnesses of Christ and builders of more just, more human, of the more Christian world.
Que nuestra Madre Santísima de Guadalupe les conserve en su regazo maternal, dándoles todo su amor, compasión, auxilio y defensa. Que sus palabras de ternura y cercanía y el saberse sus mensajeros muy dignos de confianza, como San Juan Diego, les ayude a permanecer firmes en la fe, la esperanza y la caridad.
May our Blessed Mother of Guadalupe keep you in your maternal love, giving you all her love, compassion, help, and defense. May her words and tenderness and closeness and knowing you very trustworthy messenger such as Saint Juan Diego help you to remain firm in faith, hope, and charity.
Muchas felicidades, muchas gracias y que Dios les bendiga.
Congratulations. Thank you very much.
Aquí la acabamos.
My name is Daniel Nunez, and my family has been attending Immaculate Conception my entire life. I grew up in South Chicago. After I moved away from South Chicago, we continued attending Immaculate Conception.
Right on. And what is the purpose in your life?
I think the purpose in everyone's life should be to try to serve others.
Who is God in your life?
God is the foundation of everything I do and my relationships with everyone around me, my family, my friends.
How are you using your talents?
I'm an attorney, so I find people often coming to me in some of their most difficult moments in their life, and it's a honor to help people in those difficult times.
Yeah, a lot of times God will give us these talents, whether they're hidden, sometimes they're extremely obvious. When you choose a project to apply your God-given talent, how do you make the choice? How do you choose your projects?
I think when God has a project in mind for you, He makes it clear. So when there's a need out there and He believes you're the person to see it through, then God will let you know.
Would you say, dirías que oración es una parte grande de tomar esa decisión?
Pues la oración siempre es una guía. Mientras que estemos en oración es cuando podemos escuchar a Dios.
Thank you so much, Daniel.
My name is Victor Lopez, and I'm in the class of 2023.
Right on, Victor. What is the purpose in your life?
Mostly like motivating people. Like I wake up and like I motivate people to do what they want to do. You know, like when people are down, I'm here for them. You know, type.
Is going to Immaculate help you form that way of life that you want to follow?
Yeah, they've taught me ways like other schools couldn't have teach me. Like I used to go to another school, but I was taught wrong, and then when I came to that school, they were teaching me what to do right and like for my right and wrongs, you know.
Yeah, and you were able to follow it, and you saw that you were wrong, and that this new right path was opening up for you. Well, who is God? Who is God in your life?
I see God as my protector, my father. You know, like the person that keeps me up when I'm down. You know.
Amazing answer. God is a protector, and a lot of times He gives all of us talents hidden. Sometimes we can't even discover them, right, until later. How are you using your God-given talents?
Mostly to like motivate people to follow their dreams. You know, do what they want to do in life. So, I play soccer, and hopefully I want to go into like bigger leagues, so I can motivate people to do what they want to do in life. You know.
You're playing soccer. There's many leagues to choose from. When you're going to choose like a project or a place to participate in your talent, how do you do that? How do you choose which project to leave behind and which projects to commit to?
Well, in soccer, you can't really pick what league you want to be into. Like, you have to be chosen into that league. You have to be good enough to be chosen into a team. You can't choose what team you want to be in, like type stuff. So yeah, it's like that. So I would want to be chosen into like a La Liga. That's my favorite.
So you have to work hard at your talents. That's the only way to choose your projects. And then you're not looking at the end. You're just giving it as much effort as possible so you can place as high as possible.
Yeah. So I just want to follow the path that I'm seeing in my head right now. So like I just want to follow my dreams right now. So.
And it always starts in your heart, and then it goes to your head. So keep following your heart.